We take you live now to the Ontario Legislature, where question period is now underway. Let's listen in.
President of the Treasury Board.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. As the member knows, and as the AG has stated, we're reviewing the decision and we intend to appeal it. But we will speak to the investments that we have made into the healthcare system. Over the past year alone, we've increased base spending in healthcare by over $5.2 billion. That is the largest year-over-year increase in the history of this province. When we look at health human resources across this province, we have put in place the investments to support the hiring of over 14,500 net new nurses. That is unprecedented in the history of this province, and we will continue to make those investments, as we have with 2 new medical schools that we are announcing in this province, in Brampton and Scarborough, making sure we have new medical doctors in the north through that. So, Mr. Speaker, the members opposite have voted against each of those measures, have voted against every single increase to healthcare spending on this side of the House, and with our members opposite, we will continue to make sure we make those investments.
Thank you. Thank you. Final supplementary.
Speaker, they can say whatever they want. They're failing. We've got a crisis. They didn't prepare for it. And we're seeing the consequences of this government's inaction in our hospitals every day. Yesterday, it was a family in Eastern Ontario who struggled to find a hospital that could accept them for labour and delivery. First, they tried their local hospital, but the birthing centre was closed due to staffing shortages. The next hospital they tried didn't have room. So finally, they returned to their local hospital. That situation should never have happened. The mom, Kendra, said this afterwards, quote, "I'm just afraid that the health care will fail me again, fail my son." What does the minister have to say to parents like Kendra who are scared for the future of our health care system?
Minister of Health.
Thank you, Speaker. What I will say to the people of Ontario is that we are fixing a healthcare system that was woefully ignored by the previous Liberal government. The former Premier, Kathleen Wynne, admitted publicly that she should not have cut those 50 doctor spaces that they did to assist in their healthcare crisis. You know, we are making the investments. Some of them are already, we're seeing additional health human resources in our communities, over 12,000 new health human resources who are working out in our communities, in our hospitals, in our long-term care homes. We're continuing to do that work by increasing residency spots, by increasing access, ensuring that young people who want to choose a career in healthcare have those options, and in many cases, nurses and PSWs in particular are getting that opportunity with assistance financially from our government. We'll make the investments, we'll continue to do the work, but frankly, we were left with a system that had been ignored for far too long.
Next question, the member for Niagara Centre.
Thank you, Speaker. Through you to the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing. In May of 2021, 1 month after the Premier promised the people of Ontario, quote, "I'm not touching the Greenbelt," a company controlled by Silvio de Gasperis took out a $100 million loan at 21% interest to buy 106 acres of Greenbelt farmland in Vaughan. This was an unusually risky loan for an undevelopable property, but less risky if Mr. de Gasperis had reason to believe the land would soon be made available for development. Did the minister or any other government official discuss proposals to develop these Greenbelt lands with Mr. de Gasperis or any of his associates or lobbyists prior to November 4th, yes or no?
And to reply, the Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I think the minister has answered that on a number of occasions, Speaker, but I think, again, what it comes down to time and time again is that the NDP just refused, with the help of the Liberals, quite frankly, they refuse to see the challenges that we have in the province of Ontario, the challenges that we are fixing. Of course, there is a housing crisis in the province of Ontario, ostensibly because of the policies that were brought on by the Liberals, supported by the NDP. Colleagues will remember all of those years that the NDP propped up the Liberals to ensure that the dream of home ownership that so many of us have fought for our entire lives, our parents fought for under both the Liberals and the NDP. That is a dream that has vanished in the province of Ontario, but because of this Premier, because of this Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing and Conservatives on both sides of the House, you know what? We're bringing that dream back, Mr. Speaker. We're making sure that we're putting in place policies that will allow people to prosper in the province of Ontario like generations before us, and we only wish that they would get on board.
The supplementary question.
Well, we've been listening to Question Period in the Ontario Legislature.